All right, so today I'm going to finish up welding my passenger side header. Right now I got runner 1 done, and I got most of runner 3 done. Now, I did my driver side header. Extremely rough, I know, but I'm going to order another do-it-yourself kit and re-weld everything. I'm still new to welding, so they're not the greatest of all welds, but they'll hold. For the time being, all I'm doing is just tacking it together, and then my friend from EB is going to come and weld everything. So let's get to it. Alright, so we're back at the Celica today. So today's project, I got the headers done. So I pulled the old motor out of the car, which that I won't really need too much longer. So if any of you who lives in the eastern Connecticut area needs a block, let me know. Really cheap. It's probably not savable, but it's pretty good for mocking shit up. Now, today, what we're going to be focusing on is getting the front suspension pulled. Alright, so what I have here, I had to drain all my brake fluid from the passenger line. So the reason why is that these brackets, as you can see, is an oval hole. Usually on more modern cars, and I believe Civics for sure, there's usually just slots so you can take the brake lines out. However, on this car, since it's old, I had to undo it from the caliper, then pull the bracket and remove a C-clip from that little brake line, and then I can slip it through. But this is a extremely old suspension setup from the 1980s. It is McPherson strut. The reason why we are removing it is I have to pull my subframe because one of the previous owners never replaced these bushings. So instead of the holes being a circle, they're bowled out. So my alignment has never been true. I have a new to me subframe in my workshop. And 2, I have to make coilovers. On these older Toyotas, such as the Celica Supra, the Cressida, and A86s, the spindle that the wheel hub sits on is attached to the strut assembly itself. Now, most companies don't make coilover kits for these cars. Techno Toy Tuning does make a kit, however, you have to take these out and ship them to them, then they'll do all the fab work for you. However, I bought a do-it-yourself kit, and essentially what we're going to do is that we're going to pull this out, take the spring off, and I'm going to pull the shock absorber out of the strut. Now, we'll measure how long the shock body is compared to my new adjustable dampening shock. And however shorter the new shock is, you cut that much out of this assembly. And you'll cut out this spring perch, and you'll weld a new one on for the new spring and sleeve to sit on top of it. But essentially, since I'm dropping the subframe, I'm just going to leave all the suspension attached. All I'm going to do is take off this tension rod right here, which you'll find these on S13s and a bunch of other McPherson setups. And the wheel hub is going to just stay on until I go to do it. Now, this setup is pretty weird. Just like A86's, the brake rotor goes behind the hub. Now, that actually makes it kind of difficult when you're doing big brake kits. However, on the Toyota pickups, I can't remember the model years, but the specific one I bought from is a 1989 four-wheel drive pickup. Now, their front calipers are 4-piston brakes. Now, the stock Toyota one is only a single piston. Now, because I'm throwing 3 times the torque and about 4 times the horsepower, I want the stopping distance, and not really necessarily stopping distance, but the better heat dissipation. Now, these rotors, I believe, are 12-inch discs from the factory, and I have these upgraded StopTech slotted rotors. They are old because they have been sitting for about 2 years, but they don't really have too much wear. And even just me spinning them right here has gotten rid of some of the scale. So I'm not too worried about the condition of these rotors. But let's get to it and start taking this all apart.
You can run, but you can't hide.